Hi everybody, this is Heather Coleman, yoga instructor, Reiki and energy work practitioner, and intuitive medium. Today we are going to be going through a yoga and meditative practice with the primary focus of awakening and balancing our air element. So, as we've talked about in other videos on my channel, we are all composed at a soul and a physical level of 5 main elements: earth, water, wind, air, which is what we're dealing with today, space, and fire. Did I say fire? So fire, water, and there's all a finger for each one. Fire, water, earth, air, and space. Can you tell it's retrograde right now while I'm filming this? There's like a bunch of planets retrograde, so everything's all wonky, which actually is exactly why this is a good time to be focusing on our air element. Even though this video is going to be coming out afterward, I'm going to be doing one of these live because right now there's really a need for us to balance our air element, because our air element, as some of you know from tarot, the suit of air or swords, is very closely connected with the mind and the intellect. So when things are off balance in some way, our thoughts can get really convoluted. The 3 mudras we're going to be doing with the yoga poses that we're going to include and the mantras, the affirmations, all of these are going to balance out the air element, which is great if you've had any heart chakra issues, any pain, trauma, betrayal, that kind of thing, and you have a spinning mind. This is going to help balance all that. You'll notice the yoga poses are all heart openers. So we're going to start with our 3 mudras. Now, for those of you that are curious, I happen to love this oracle deck. It is Mudras for Awakening the 5 Elements by Alison D. Nicola. And we're actually using 3 cards from the air element section of that card deck. Now, our first mudra is called lightness. I'm going to teach you the mudra and the affirmation. So we're going to take the tips of our middle ring and pinky fingers to touch the thumb with those index fingers extended. Now this is our air element finger right here. So this is what this mudra is going to look like right here. And for today, we're actually going to go ahead and hold those hands approximately in front of the chest and shoulders with those index fingers pointing upward. And our affirmation is, I move through life with lightness and joy. All of this is on the oracle cards. I move through life with lightness and joy. Some of you might perhaps notice a warm feeling developing through the palms of your hands. Those of you that are already Reiki attuned, that's your Reiki warming up. Those of you that are not Reiki attuned, that's a sign that you are naturally aligned for Reiki. So again, that affirmation is, I move through life with lightness and joy. I move through life with lightness and joy. Our next mudra is entitled Peace. And I like to say it's like you're making a little house under your throat with your thumbs lined up next to one another. And our affirmation is, I embrace the peace that is always within me. I embrace the peace that is always within me. I embrace the peace that is always within me. I embrace the peace that is always within me. It is suggested that we say an affirmation at least 3 times to really make it effective. So again, I embrace the peace that is always within me. Now, our third mudra is called expansion. And what you'll notice, our first mudra was called lightness with our point a finger up. Now we're going to do that in the reverse. And if you think about tarot cards, those of you that are into tarot, a reversal doesn't always mean negative or bad. Sometimes it means a deepening. That's why we're going to finish with the reversal, with our air element finger down to magnify this after we did our peace element. So this mudra is called expansion. We've got that pointer finger tucked under the thumb. And I love this affirmation. This might be my favorite. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. We're going to flow through those mudras a few more times here. Much as those of you that do yoga have noticed that in some practices you'll flow through the poses several times. So we're going to do that here. I'm going to go back to our original mudra, where remember the reverse of it. So we touch the opposite three fingers to that thumb, extend those pointer fingers for lightness. I move through life with, that's how I have to look. I move through life with lightness and joy. I move through life with lightness and joy. I move through life with lightness and joy. Peace, so thumbs lined up, little house shape. I embrace the peace that is always within me. I embrace the peace that is always within me. I embrace the peace that is always within me. And then finally, our expansion mudra. And remember, that's the sort of the reverse of our first mudra. So pointer fingers down, opposite three up. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. And something that I want to say about this expansion mudra, this is a wonderful practice if you tend to apologize too much, if you tend to feel as if you should never take up a lot of space, if you're the sort of person who often hesitates to ask for a raise or ask for what you want. This expansion mudra is fantastic for that. So I hope you find these helpful. Now, we're going to move on to 3 yoga poses, and one thing you might notice about each of these 3 is that they are all heart openers and chest expanders. Again, wonderful for people who have had the treatment of other people have caused you to doubt yourself or keep yourself small. Again, we have this theme. We just did expansion mudra, which looks like this. We're going to go into a bridge pose. This is going to build some heat in the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our knees bent, feet flat. We're going to roll down with control until we're lying down on our back. Now, I encourage you very much today to have your knees bent in an amount that's comfortable. So if, say, something like this is too tight, just a perfect bend to where you feel good. Now, we're going to first have those arms by our sides. Take an inhale. Now, as you exhale, tuck your tailbone underneath to lift your hips. And we're going to be holding this for about 30 seconds. So a low bridge is perfectly fine if that's what's most comfortable for you. If you want to challenge yourself and have a higher bridge, amazing. So I encourage you to really make this your own. Now, while we're holding that bridge, we're going to go into our lightness mudra on the floor. I'm just holding my hands up so you can see, but your hands are going to be on the floor. Remember, we're going to connect those opposite three fingers. Pointers are out to the front near your feet as you hold your bridge for 3, 2, 1. Roll those hips down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Roll up into your bridge again, and we're going to make our peace mudra. Thumbs lined up over the heart for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hips down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to do our expansion mudra. You don't have to lift your hands. I'm just doing this so you can see. Curling those pointer fingers by the thumbs, other 3 fingers up. Now, your choice with this. You can be palms up right on the floor as we come back into that bridge. Your hands can be on the floor for more support, or if you really are in a big expansion mindset here, you can extend those arms up or even out. So we're going to hold this here. Keep in mind, a low bridge is okay. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower down. And let's keep that mudra, again, hands up or down. If your hands are down, however, do bring your palms up. Windshield wiper your legs at your own perfect pace. Side to side here. Just side to side. Remember, you can go just a little bit, or you can bring those knees lower. And then from there, turn yourself over to one side, and we're coming onto our belly for a cobra, or what I have heard sometimes called baby cobra. I am just turning around so you can really see this. You don't have to switch directions unless you want to. But we're going to place our hands, palms down right under those shoulders, and forehead into the mat to start. Now your feet are together, your legs are zipped. Keep your toes into the floor as we inhale and lift up your heart, chest, and chin. Now your hands maybe are floating, but if they need to be touching the mat, that's okay. Chin is tucked. Exhale to lower down. We're going to do this just 2 more today. Let's inhale to lift the chest and head. Hands if you can. Shoulder blades connecting for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Inhale, lift up into your baby cobra. Abs are firm, legs are long. And we're here this time for 10 more seconds. Remember, you can come a little bit lower. You can also come higher if you're feeling very much like challenging yourself. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come down onto one face cheek. We're going to then extend those arms long. And we're going to do our lightness mudra. So remember what that one looked like where we attached. Now your arm's going to be on the mat. I'm holding one hand up so you can see this, but you don't need to lift that arm right now. 3 fingers touching thumb, pointer fingers out, and your palms are down. You're holding that sign on the mat. Now we're bringing that head back to center. We're inhaling to lift our chest and head. The arms lift a little bit, and we're connecting those shoulder blades as we hold that lightness mudra for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, hold on the mat, reverse into the expansion mudra. So tuck your index fingers under your thumbs, extend those other 3 fingers, palms are down, and on your next inhale, lift up, holding that cobra with your expansion mudra, shoulder blades squeezing together. We are meditating right here in silence. Slowly lower down. We're going to do just actually 2 more so we get each of those mudras. So curl your opposite big 3 fingers in, extend your pointers, come up into your cobra, squeeze your shoulders this time for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. 1 more expansion mudra. Pointers under those thumbs, other 3 fingers out. Come on up. Squeeze those shoulders together and down, opening the chest and heart. Keep your chin into your neck. And for our final ending this, you can either stay right here or you can start to gently seesaw. So lifting your chest and then alternatingly lifting your feet for 3. And again, you can skip this part too. And 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a child's pose just to reverse that a little bit. And what we're going to do, we're not going to come all the way down this time today for child's pose, but rather we're going to tuck those elbows in under those shoulders. We're going to make that peace mudra. So remember how from your vantage point, your thumbs are lined up and your hands are on the ground. And feel free to play with this. You can sit back further. You might have your arms out more. Doesn't really matter as long as you find a comfortable place with that peace mudra. And you let your chin tuck into your neck. I happen to be loving this right now because I can actually see my chakra necklace swinging. I'm going to show you that at the end if you are curious about that. But for now, let's take 3 breaths in and out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Do that 1 more time on your own. And from there, let's gently sit up nice and tall, coming down where you can see. I am wearing a necklace today that has 7 colors, the 7 rainbow colors, all of the 7 main chakras. We're going to flow through those mudras in reverse just 1 more time for today. So expansion mudra. Exhale, peace mudra. Inhale, lightness. And exhale. And that's it. Great job. Repeat this as often as you like. And keep in mind that if you love this or any of my videos, let's say, for example, this one really speaks to you because maybe that just means you need a lot of air element balancing or root chakra, for example, something like that. Keep in mind that you can repeat these videos as much as you like. You can do the poses or modify or even skip the physical poses and just do the breathing the affirmations and the mudras. So all of this is for you. Take what's serving you and leave what doesn't. And finally, last couple of suggestions. Subscribe to this channel. Try out each of the 5 videos that address each of the 5 elements. Bookmark the videos that really speak to you. And keep watching for new videos. I upload new videos every week. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.